Hello everybody, this is Susie, and today we're going to be making some potato patties with some Chipotle cashew cream sauce on top, and I'm serving that with some quinoa as well. And you can eat this with corn tortillas, flour tortillas, or some bread if you want, some French bread or any type of bread that you like. And if you want to see what the meal looks like, please go to the end of the video so you can see it when it's all done. I apologize because I don't know how to edit, so I can't show you the picture right now. Okay, but it's really, really good. I hope you guys like it, and let's get started. Okay, so I am making the quinoa, and for that it is 1 part quinoa, 2 parts water. And I already put my water in, so I'm going to put in my quinoa. I have 1 cup of water, a little bit over a cup of water, and a little bit over half a cup of quinoa. I'm using white quinoa, but you can use any quinoa that you like. And I'm just going to add a tiny bit of salt, like maybe half a teaspoon or to your taste. And I'm going to mix this well. Sometimes I like to add a little bit of like vegetable broth powder, if you call it. I make my own, but if you have any vegan like bouillon base kind of thing, you can add that. And I just usually add like a tiny bit of it. Can't see it, but it's going in there. Just a tiny bit to give it that brothy, like that chicken broth or vegetable broth flavor to it if you're cooking it with plain water. And this just gives it a little bit of extra flavor to it. And we're going to cover this up and cook it for like 20 minutes, okay? And here I'm just boiling my potatoes with just a little bit of salt. And this is about 4 cups of cubed potatoes. I don't peel mine, but you can go ahead and peel yours. And I just put them in water with salt, and I boil them until they are soft so that we can mash them and make the patties. Okay, so these are the ingredients that are going to go in our potato patties. I have some scallion. You can use 1 or 2 depending on how much onion flavor you want in it. Some garlic, some habaneros or serrano or jalapeño peppers. I use habanero pepper in this one because I really like the flavor of it. But you can use serranos or you can use jalapeños in it. I also put some corn and some frozen peas. I usually make it with fresh corn. I just, chuck the corn. But today I forgot I was making this dish, so I'm using frozen corn. So you can use either one. And also some cumin, some ground cumin that we have, and salt and pepper, of course. If you do use the habanero, you have to be very, very careful with it. Put some gloves on, please. Wash everything, like right after you use it. Just go ahead and wash. I usually just leave it till the end, and I wash everything, so that I don't get any of the chile on anything else, because that is a super, super spicy pepper. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so now we're going to saute the veggies that are going to go into the potato patties. And this is the pan that I used to make my hot sauce that I told you guys that if you want to keep it so that if you're going to be cooking something else, it still has a little bit of the flavor of the chile with a little tiny bit of the oil. So, but if you don't cook with oil, you can at this time add a little tiny bit of oil and saute your vegetables in a little bit of oil. If you don't need oil, then you can just add a little bit of water to them so that you cook them without oil, okay? So now we're going to put the corn. If you have fresh corn, it's about 1 corn. If you're doing frozen, it's about a cup of corn. And then this is about like a half a cup of frozen peas. And And I ended up using like 1.5 scallions, so it's about like half a cup as well. And this is about like a tablespoon or so of minced garlic. And you can play around with the recipe. You don't have to add this much garlic. I love garlic, so that's why I add this much. And then also this is probably like half a teaspoon of the finely minced habanero pepper. And we're just going to cook this for maybe 2 or 3 minutes, just for it to like heat up and thaw out, you know, because you're using frozen vegetables, so you just want that to be, you know, warm. You don't want it to be overcooked. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Isn't that beautiful? That is beautiful. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, so now I'm going to add a little tiny bit of water, because I think it needs it. And you can add a little bit of salt and pepper. And this is to your taste. However much you want to add. I like freshly ground pepper. And again, as much as you like. So I think my potatoes are done. Oh, and the other thing, you can like steam your potatoes, boil them, or I've even done them in my pressure cooker for like, you know, I cook them for like 10 minutes and they're done, and then I take them out and I just mash them. So I think my potatoes are ready, so let's do that. Okay, so the veggies cooked for like 3 minutes, and this is what they look like. So I don't like them to be overcooked. And then this is the quinoa. And this cooked for like 20 minutes, and once it's done you just fluff it up with a fork like that, and that's it. So I took my potatoes out of the water and they're fully cooked, and now I'm just going to mash them. So we're just going to mash these to your liking, as mashed as you want them, and then we're going to add the veggies, okay? So the potatoes are mashed. And now we're going to add the veggies that we just cooked. And like I said, I just cooked these for 3 minutes. I turned off the heat. I just left them there ready for me to pour into the potatoes. And at this time you can, you know, taste for seasoning if you want more salt, more pepper. Even if you think it needs more garlic or serranos or habaneros or something, or onions, you can go ahead and add it now. It's not a big deal. Probably not the frozen part of it, but you know, the other things. And here is where I add the cumin. I would probably do about 1/4 of a teaspoon of cumin or less. If you don't like cumin, you don't have to add the cumin. If you don't know if you like cumin, I would just put a little bit of this mix aside, add the cumin, taste it, and see if you like it, and then I would add it to the whole batch. So don't add something to the whole batch if you don't know you're going to like it. Always try it with a little bit of it first, and then if you like it, then go ahead and do the rest. That way you don't ruin your whole recipe. So this is what it looks like. And these, what I do is I form them into patties, and then I just put them like in a glass container and I store them in the refrigerator, and whenever I'm ready to use them I just put them in a baking dish or something, and I don't put any oil in them, but you can brush them with a little tiny bit of the oil and then put it in your little toaster oven or your regular oven to heat them up. I don't fry them or anything like that, so that way you're using very small amounts of oil, if any. Okay, So let's make the patties. Okay, because this is hot, if you're going to do the patties right away, you might want to wait a couple minutes before you start making your patties. And then the other thing is that because it does have habanero in here, if you think that your hands are going to get, you don't want that spice in your hands, just put on some gloves and then go ahead and make your patties, okay? So please be careful with this because it is pretty spicy. So I'm just going to show you with one. This is how I do my little patties, like I say, and that's it. So just make your little potato patties, and I just put them in my glass dish. That way they're ready to go whenever I am ready to heat them up. So I just heat them up in the oven for a few minutes, and you just want them to heat up for like maybe 5 minutes or so, and you can do them as big as or as small as you want. And then right now we are going to do the Chipotle cream sauce that goes over these, okay? So let's keep going. So here are the potato patties, and 9 of them came out of this batch, okay? Just so you know. Okay, these are the ingredients for the Chipotle cream sauce, and I've been soaking half a cup of cashews for like an hour, but you can do that between an hour to 4 hours or more. I have some garlic, Chipotle peppers in adobo, some jalapeño peppers that come in the like the vinegar. I have Chipotle chili powder, lemon juice, cumin, salt, pepper. If you are still eating vegan mayonnaise and sour cream, then instead of the cashews, you can do like 1/4 of a cup of mayo, 1/4 of a cup of the tofutti sour cream instead of the cashews. If you're not eating those products anymore, then use the cashews instead. So I'm going to put everything in the blender, and I'll put the measurements on the description box so that we can get this going, okay? Hold on 1 second. So I rinsed the cashews, and we're going to put them in here dry, and then we're going to add some clean water to it, okay? So just so you know. I put in 1 of the chili chipotles, and from the jalapeno peppers that come in the jar, I just use like the juice of it. I don't actually put in the chiles. So you can just add, that can be part of your liquid. And then the lemon juice is next. Okay, you guys, so this is what the cashew Chipotle cream sauce looks like. I just put all the ingredients that I'm going to put on the description box. I put all the ingredients in the blender. I blended it up in my Vitamix, and that was it, okay? So let's plate it up. So this is what the dish looks like. Here's the quinoa that we made with the potato patties, and I put the creamy Chipotle sauce over it. And like I say, you can eat this with some bread or some tortillas, and you're ready to go. I hope you guys give it a try and like it. And if you have any questions, please let me know in the description, in the comments below. Thank you. Bye.